Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to optimize your WordPress website for search engines. I'm going to talk about different plugins that you can use, some platforms to help measure efficiency and performance, and mobile responsiveness. So without further ado, let's get started. So what features does WordPress actually have to allow for maximum search engine optimization? WordPress is a really popular CMS that's known for its SEO friendliness, and there are a number of factors that contribute to WordPress's SEO prowess, including semantic markup. So WordPress uses semantic markup to help search engines understand the content of your website. This includes using things like heading tags to structure your content and adding alt text images and things like that. WordPress allows you to create custom URLs for your pages and your posts to give you more control over how your website and web pages appear in search engines. And it can automatically generate XML maps for your website as well. WordPress also allows you to add meta descriptions and title tags to your pages and posts, and these are essentially little snippets of text that appear in the results pages, so it's really important to make them compelling and informative. There are a number of WordPress plugins that can help you with your SEO. Popular plugins include Yoast SEO and Rankmath that we'll go over today. And WordPress can be configured to load really quickly, which is also really important for SEO, as slow loading websites can hurt your rankings in search results. WordPress themes are also designed to be mobile friendly, which is really important for SEO since Google now prioritizes mobile friendliness in search results. In addition to features like this, there's also a number of other things that you can do to optimize your WordPress website, including doing some keyword research. So essentially identifying relevant keywords that your target audience is searching for and incorporating them into your content. Writing high quality, informative and engaging content that's relevant to your target audience. Acquiring backlinks and ensuring that your website is technically sound and easy for search engines to crawl. So let's take a look at some of the popular plugins that you can use to enhance your website for search engines. The first thing that you want to do is go into Rankmath's website. There's two ways to actually download the plugin. You can either go onto Rankmath's website and you can see the download for free button here. And you'll be taken to their pricing plans. So Rankmath is a freemium plugin, meaning that there is a free version of it, but you can get more advanced features if you buy one of their plans. And if you don't want to buy one of their plans just yet, you can click on the download button and you'll see the Rankmath app being downloaded here. The other way to install Rankmath is through your WordPress dashboard. So what you want to do is log into your WordPress, and just when you're in your dashboard, you want to go into plugins. And from here, you can either add new, you can either upload plugin, and you can upload from the plugin that you downloaded from the website, or if you haven't downloaded it from there yet, what you want to do is go into search plugins and you just want to type in Rankmath. And you're looking for the Rankmath SEO plugin by Rankmath. Whenever you are installing any plugin, you want to make sure that it's been updated and you want to make sure it's compatible with your version of WordPress. And then you just want to click on install now. Once it's installed, you want to click on activate. Once Rankmath is installed and activated, you'll see a new Rankmath tab here, and this will basically allow you to set up Rankmath with all the features. So you don't have to use all the features, but from the tab here, you can decide if you want to use certain apps that they have, like their 404 monitor, analytics, image SEO, things like that. There's a few features here that are for the pro versions. For example, if you want a new sitemap, or if you want your podcast, if you have a podcast RSS feed, all of these are part of the pro version, but there's still quite a lot that you can get with the free version. It's really important to note that once you have Rankmath installed, you want to get rid of any other kind of SEO plugin, because there's a lot that Rankmath do anyway and you'll feel clash. So for example, you don't need a separate sitemap plugin because Rankmath does have a sitemap feature as well. But if you do have a separate sitemap plugin, then what you want to do is make sure you disable this
if you want to keep using the other sitemap that you have. What you can also do is go into the setup wizard, and this will just take you step by step how you want to start setting up your Rankmath. So you'll have the start wizard here, and it'll ask you a little bit about your site, so like the name, logos, things like that. You'll need to say sort of what type of video or what type of site your website is, the website name, and you just want to click on save and continue every time you've added something. So what you can also do is connect your Rankmath account. So creating a Rankmath account is free, and Rankmath will basically use that to verify like your Google Search Console, your Google Analytics. You'll get some free suggestions when you're entering a focus keyword. You just get a lot more features when you have a Rankmath account. So you can connect your Rankmath account, you can create it from there and then as well. Next thing, then it'll ask you about your sitemap. So you want to make sure that you don't have any other sitemap enabled on your website, because if you do, then you'll need to disable this, and if you don't, then it's definitely something that you will need on your site to make it easier for Google to index your website as well. And then you want to automate some of your SEO tasks, like making external links, open a new window, redirecting attachment pages, things like that. You can decide how you want to set up those, and your site is ready. So what you can do now is set up advanced options, and these are just the extra options that I showed you earlier, whether or not you want the role manager, 404 redirection, things like that. So Rankmath, once it's all installed and set up on your site, you can start actually using it to optimize your posts and blogs. The way it would look on your posts and pages, if you go into the post page, and this, so for example, this is our blog page, you can see we've got this new SEO details tab here, SEO title and description. So these come with the Rankmath plugin. So even in the dashboard, you can see an overview of how well your posts are doing in terms of being optimized for SEO. You'll get a score out of 100, and you'll only get the score whenever you have a keyword set. So for example, in this blog, there's no keyword set, so we don't have a score yet. But in this blog, we have a keyword set, which is this one, and it's giving us a score. So what Rankmath does is basically scans all of your blog content and will basically see what improvements can be made for SEO. So if we click into this, you can see on the right hand side, here is our SEO score. And to see exactly what they're using to grade that score and what we're missing, all you need to do is go into the Rankmath SEO. If you can't find this, it's usually at the bottom here, or it can be on the side as well, but you're looking for a section that says Rankmath SEO, and this is where you can set your keyword, and it's where essentially you can see all of the content rules that you need to look at in order to get a higher score. So if you look at these three tabs here, you've got basic SEO, additional SEO, title readability, and you've got content readability. So these are all basically rules that Rankmath will use to see if your post or your blog is meeting all those rules. And you can use it as kind of like a checklist. So you can see that everything in green is things that you're doing well. So for example, using a focus keyword in the SEO title. So this is this title here. Using the keyword in the URL, using a keyword in the SEO meta description. So it basically goes through your post every single time you make a change, and we'll check to see, okay, have you improved anything in this section? Have you improved anything in this section? And it does it all in real time. So for example, if we take out the keyword in the title, you can see our score go down because we no longer have the keyword in the title as well. So if you add that back in again, you can see we've got it in the title as well. So it does it every single time you make a change. It'll scan your content again and see what you're missing and see what you're not missing. So you can see in the basic SEO, there's quite a lot that you can do, and it's all focused on the keyword. So once you type in the keyword here, you can basically follow the basic SEO to see what you can do to improve that. So for example, using the keyword in the SEO title, so in this title here, if you want to edit this meta description, you want to click on edit snippet, and you can see this is the title here, and then you've got the description here as well. So if you ever needed to add anything, update the description, update the title, you would do that here. So adding keywords in the title, adding keywords in the description and the URL will increase your score. You want to make sure that the keyword appears in the first 10% of the content. So it needs to appear within the content, but also needs to appear within the first 10% as well. So like in the beginning of the content. And focus keyword is find the content. And then you can see this is in orange, meaning that it's not something that is a huge issue. It's something that would be nice to fix if you can. And that's content length. So if you click on the little question mark beside each of the points, it'll take you to Rankmath's documentation, and it'll tell you overall what they mean by this point, what they expect to see for that. So for example, when I clicked on the content length, it'll tell me a bit more information. So for example, the amount of words I have isn't enough. If I want to achieve 100% score for this point, then I will need to have about 2,500 words. Every single point that Rankmath tells you about, there's a little question mark beside it, and it just takes you to Rankmath's documentation to that exact point, so you can read a little bit more about it, why it's important, why do Google look for these things, and how you can improve it. Then you've got additional things that you can look out for, things like keywords in the subheading, adding keywords as your alt text, keyword density, so how many times does the keyword appear in your content, and things like that. And then you've got title readability and content readability. So it's really useful in that it separates everything into different sections, but it also lists everything out one by one. So you can essentially use this as your checklist and keep updating your content as they've asked for it. So if they're saying to add more content, you can add more content. If they're saying that you need to add your keyword a bit more within the content, then you know that you can add that within your content as well. So it's a really good way to kind of check off everything on your SEO optimization list, and just make sure that every single blog that you have is optimized as much as possible for SEO. And you'll do that for every single blog that you write, and you'll also do it with every single page as well. Rankmath does offer several powerful features to optimize your blog content. You have the advanced on-page optimization, which we talked about, and you can also perform keyword research directly within your WordPress dashboard. It suggests relevant keywords, provides search volume data, and even shows you content keywords trending that allows you to choose the best keywords for your blog content as well. So as mentioned, Rankmath is a freemium plugin, meaning that there is a free version, and you can see there's a lot that we can do with the free version, but they do have a pro version that can take your SEO efforts to the next level. Some notable features is the advanced redirection manager. So there's a normal kind of redirection manager within the free version of Rankmath, but the advanced version lets you set up and manage 301 redirects, 302 redirects, and lots of other types of redirects. And that's really crucial for maintaining proper link structure and preserving your SEO values to kind of ensure that smooth user experience when URLs change. If you want an online store with WooCommerce, Rankmath Pro provides dedicated features to optimize your product pages. You can add schema markup for your products, you can improve product metadata, enhance the visibility of your online store and search engine results, and things like that. And there's also keyword rank tracking. So with Rankmath Pro, you can track the rankings of your target keywords directly within your WordPress dashboard. And that feature allows you to monitor your keyword performances over time and make data-driven optimizations to your keyword performance and improve your search engine rankings as well. In terms of pricing, you can see the pricing here. They do have the agency, and that'll support sort of, how many, like 500 client websites. Then you've got business, which is a little bit cheaper, supports 100 client websites. And then you've got the pro, and that's unlimited personal websites. And that's at $492 a month. So it's up to you. What I recommend is if you're new to optimizing your site for SEO, if you're new to learning all this, if you're doing it yourself, I would recommend just just downloading the free version of Rankmath and using every bit of that free version as much as possible. So making sure that you're using the on-page SEO optimization to optimize every single post that you have, every single page that you have. And it's a good way to kind of learn about different SEO rules. And then as you get better at that, and as you have used as much of the features as possible, then maybe consider buying one of the pro plans and see if that has makes your life any easier in terms of the keyword. Rank checking would be really useful. Advanced redirecting would be really useful as well. If you are someone that if your pages and posts are constantly changing. But these are just a few examples of the additional features you can access with Rankmath Pro. The Pro version expands upon the capabilities of the free version, and it offers even more enhanced functionality and tools to further optimize your website's SEO performance. So that's it. You've successfully learned how to install and set up Rankmath, and also how to use a bit of the on-page SEO as well. By utilizing Rankmath's powerful features, you now have the tools to optimize your blog content, increase your search engine rankings, and drive even more organic traffic to your site. Remember that SEO is an ongoing process, so don't stop here. Continuously create high-quality content and always perform your keyword research and leverage Rankmath's analysis and suggestions to keep refining your SEO strategy.
So the next thing that you want to consider is your website loading time, and fast loading time is crucial for SEO in several ways. First up, a fast loading website provides a positive user experience. It keeps visitors engaged and reduces your bounce rate. Search engines like Google use crawlers to index and understand the content of websites, and they can tell and they can see if the website is loading fast or not. Faster loading times allow crawlers to process more pages efficiently, and it increases the likelihood of your website being thoroughly indexed. Google prioritizes mobile first indexing, meaning that it assesses websites primarily on their mobile versions. So fast loading times are particularly important for mobile users, as they often have slower internet connections. Google has confirmed that page speed is a direct ranking factor. Websites with faster loading times tend to rank higher in search engines compared to slower ones. And when pages load quickly, visitors are more likely to stay on that page, reducing your bounce rate as well. And it helps increase your conversion rate. As websites that are fast loading, visitors are more likely to complete the desired action. So overall, fast loading website is an essential aspect of SEO. Let's look at more closely how it affects the conversion rates of your customers.
So first up, we have page load time, and page load time also refers to the page load speed, or simply load time. This is the total duration it takes for a web page to fully load and become usable in a user's browser. And this includes the time it takes for all the page's resources like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, and videos to be fetched and rendered. A faster page load time results in a more satisfying user experience, lower bounce rates, and better conversion rates. And then we have server response time, and this is often called time to first byte, or TTFB. And it measures the time it takes for a web server to respond to a user's request once they've clicked on a link or entered a URL. It includes the time required for the server to process the request and retrieve the necessary data from databases or other sources and send back the initial response. A lower server response time indicates a more efficient server and contribute to a faster page loading time. So render time is the period between when a web browser receives all necessary resources from the server and when it completes rendering the entire page, making it visible and interactive for the user. It encompasses tasks like parsing HTML, applying CSS styles, executing JavaScript, and rendering images. Optimizing render time is essential for ensuring a smoother user experience. Next up, we have First Contentful Paint, or FCP. FCP measures the time it takes for the first visual element to appear on the screen as the page loads. This could be the background text, image, or other audio files. FCP provides insight into how quickly users perceive that a page is loading, contributing to their initial impression of speed. Next up, we have Time to Interactive, or TTI. TTI measures the time it takes for a page to become fully interactive, allowing users to engage with elements like buttons, forms, and links. TTI is really crucial because users expect to be able to interact with the page as soon as it's visually loaded. Next up, we have connection metrics, and these include metrics related to the process of establishing a connection to the server, like DNS resolution time. So this is the time taken to translate a domain name into an IP address. Then you have TCP handshake time, so the time taken to establish a connection, and SSL handshake, so the time taken to establish a secure connection if that's applicable. And lastly, we have content delivery metrics. For websites using content delivery networks, or CDNs, metrics relate to CDN performance like edge servers response time and cache hit rate. And all of these are really important. CDNs help distribute content across multiple servers to reduce latency and improve load times. A really popular CDN to use is Cloudflare. Cloudflare is very widely used, and it can significantly improve page loading times and enhance website performance. It offers a range of features designed to optimize content delivery, mitigate security threats, and improve the overall user experience. The way Cloudflare works is that it has essential kind of global network. So Cloudflare operates a vast network of data centers located across the world. So when you use Cloudflare, your website's content is cached and distributed across these data centers. And this means that when a user visits your website, they are served content from the nearest data center, reducing the physical distance and latency between the user and the server. And by distributing content closer to users, Cloudflare reduces that time it takes for data to travel between the user's device and the server, thus resulting in faster loading times and more responsive website as well. Other than that, Cloudflare also provides a lot of security and DDoS protection. So Cloudflare's WAF, the Web Application Firewall, helps protect your website from various online threats, including malicious bots and hacking attempts. And a secure website tends to perform better since it's not dealing with security-related disruptions. In essence, Cloudflare acts as an intermediary between your website and users, optimizing the way content is delivered, improving loading times, and enhancing security. It's really important to note that while Cloudflare can provide significant improvements in your performance, the extent of improvement can vary based on factors like your website's existing architecture, content, and geographical audience distribution. So it's not just the only thing that you need to think about, but it's definitely a factor that can help. So now let's talk about website speed and user experience. So the relationship between website speed and UX and bounce rates is a really critical aspect of web design and optimization. When users first land on a web page, their first impression is heavily influenced by how quickly the page loads, and a fast page loading time creates a positive initial experience, while a slow loading page can lead to frustration and user impatience. Users are more likely to engage with the site that loads quickly, and they can start consuming content, interacting with elements, and achieving their goals without any kind of delay. Slow loading times may cause users to lose interest and abandon the site altogether. Mobile users as well, who are often on the go, rely on cellular networks, and they have even less patience for slow loading pages. Optimizing for mobile is crucial nowadays to cater for the growing segment of users. It's now one of the main ways that people come onto a site. They tend to use mobile more than desktop, so making sure that your website page and all the pages are optimized for mobile is really crucial. So with bounce rates and website speed, bounce rate is essentially the percentage of visitors who navigate away from the website after only viewing one page. A high bounce rate is often indicative of visitors leaving the site without actually engaging further. Slow loading pages can significantly contribute to high bounce rates. If users aren't met with a delay in accessing content, they might become frustrated and leave the site before exploring what it actually offers. Users have short attention spans, and they expect websites to provide immediate value, so slow loading pages can test their patience and lead to them seeking alternatives. Bounce rates have a direct impact on conversion rates. If users are leaving the site without taking any actions like making a purchase or signing up, the website's overall conversion performance is affected. To mitigate the negative effects of slow loading times on bounce rates and UX, it's essential to prioritize website optimization. And again, this includes optimizing images, minifying code, leveraging browser caching, reducing server response times, and considering the use of CDNs. Regularly monitoring and testing your website performance is key to ensuring a positive user experience and lower bounce rates.
So now let's talk about how website speed affects SEO. Website speed has a significant impact on your search engine optimization. Search engines like Google consider website speed as a ranking factor because they want to deliver the best possible user experience. So here's how website speed affects SEO. Google has officially confirmed that website speed is a ranking factor in its algorithm. Websites that load faster are more likely to rank higher in search engines, and Google aims to provide users with fast and relevant search results, so it rewards websites that offer better loading times. Search engines prioritize websites that provide a positive user experience. Slow loading websites frustrate users and discourage them from staying on the site or returning in the future. As a result, search engines want to promote websites that load quickly to ensure users have a smooth experience. Slow loading pages tend to have a higher bounce rate, which refers to users leaving a website after a short while. And high bounce rates can signal to search engines that the content on the page might not be relevant or the user experience is poor. Conversely, fast loading pages leads to a longer dwell time, so the time users spend on a page, indicating higher engagement and satisfaction. Search engines also allow a crawl budget to each website, which determines how often search bots crawl and index a site's page. A slow-loading website may consume more of its crawl budget on loading pages, leaving fewer resources for crawling and indexing the most important content. And with mobile devices becoming the primary way users access the internet, Google has shifted to mobile-first indexing. This means that Google primarily uses the mobile version of the content for indexing and ranking. Mobile friendliness, which includes fast loading times on mobile devices, is crucial for SEO. Core Web Vitals are a set of user experience metrics that Google considers essential for determining page experience, and these metrics include largest contentful paint, so LCP, first input delay, FID, and cumulative layout shift, CLS, which measures loading performance and it's particularly important for website speed and SEO. To improve website speed for better SEO, steps that you can consider are optimizing images, so essentially compressing images to reduce file sizes without sacrificing quality, removing unnecessary code, leveraging browser caching, and optimize server response time. So ensure that your hosting provider can respond quickly to user requests as well. By prioritizing website speed, you're not only improving user experience, but also boosting your website's chance of ranking higher in search engines, driving more traffic to your website. So let's talk a bit more on how to improve your website speed, and this involves a combination of optimizing various aspects of your website, including code, images, server configurations, and a lot more. The first thing that you want to do is conduct a speed test, and we'll talk a little bit later on how to do that, but you want to use online tools like Google PageSpeed Insights, CDN Metrics to analyze your website's current performance. These tools provide insights into what elements of your website are slowing it down. Images are often a significant contributing factor to slow loading times. Compress and resize images before you upload them to your site, and considering using modern image formats like WebP, which offers better compression without actually compromising the quality. Removing unnecessary whitespace comments and code from your CSS, JavaScript, and HTML files. This seems small, but it does reduce the file size and makes them load a lot better. Configure your server to set expiration dates for the static resources, and this allows browsers to cache these resources so returning visitors don't need to re-download them. CDNs distribute your website's content across multiple servers worldwide, and when a user requests a page, the server closest to them delivers the content, reducing latency and load times. You want to enable gzip compression on your server. This compresses your website files before sending them to the user's browser, reducing data transfer times. Ensure your web hosting server is responsive, so if you experience slower server response times, consider upgrading your hosting plan or switching to a more reliable hosting provider. For more information about some good hosting providers that are out there, we do have quite a few videos comparing different hosting providers, especially for e-commerce websites, so make sure you give that a go. Each redirect that you have adds additional time to the page load process, minimizing the use of redirects or ensuring that they are necessary for the user experience or SEO purposes.
And if you're using a content management system like WordPress, consider using caching plugins. These plugins generate static versions of your pages to reduce server load times and improve load times as well. And most importantly, continually monitor your website speed using various tools and conduct regular performance tests. So it's not enough just to do it once and make improvements. You want to have a set schedule to conduct a speed test and see if there's any new issues that come up, especially if your website has lots of content on it that's constantly being uploaded and being worked on. You want to make sure that you do a speed test every so often to highlight new issues and fix them as soon as possible. Each website is unique, so the specific optimizations required can vary. It's recommended to make these changes one at a time, test the impact after each change, and keep track of your website's performance to ensure you're headed in the right direction. So speaking of conducting speed tests, there are lots of tools and applications out there to help you test it. Two of the most important ones that we're going to talk about today is GT Metrics and Google Page Speeds. So GT Metrics is a really popular web performance testing tool, and it provides detailed insights into your website's loading speed and performance. It offers a really comprehensive analysis of various aspects that impact your website speed and user experience. It combines Google's page speeds and Yahoo's YSlow, both of which are performance analysis algorithms to provide a holistic view of your website speed and performance. Some key features of Google Page Speed or GT Metrics is that it provides a page score out of 100 that evaluates your website's performance based on Google's recommendations, and this score reflects how well your website follows best practices. So to get started on how to use GT Metrics, you want to go onto gtmetrics.com, and all you need to do is enter the URL that you want to test, and you just want to click on test your site. What's really cool about GT Metrics is that you can really configure the testing environment. So for example, the default environment is that it'll test in Canada using Chrome desktop with an unthrottled connection. If you click into the change options button, now you do need to set up an account for this, but it's free. But then click into analysis options, and then what you want to do is change the test format. So you can change the location. So right now it's Canada, but you can change it to North American location, Middle East, Asia Pacific, or even the UK. And then you can test what device. So is it Chrome? Is it mobile? Is it Google Nexus? Things like that. So you can really test the device and the browser that it's using. And with what kind of connection, so 4G slow, 4G, 3G, unthrottled, things like that. And then once you're done, you just want to click on Analyze to actually test your site, and then just wait for the analysis to complete and review the results using the page speed score, YSlow, loading time, waterfall chart, and all the recommendations. So as mentioned, one of the key features is the page score. You get a score out of 100 and it's graded, and it evaluates your website's performance based on Google's recommendation, and this score reflects how well your site follows best practices. The score is both the grade and the performance, and it evaluates your website performance based on Yahoo's recommendations as well. It assesses various aspects of your site, including cache settings, JavaScript and CSS optimization, and a lot more. It also has the loading time and page sizes as well. So GT Metrics displays the actual loading time of a web page and its total size in kilobytes. These metrics give you a clear idea of how fast your page loads and how much data it consumes. Then it has something called the waterfall chart, and the waterfall chart provides a visual representation of how each element on your web page loads, and it shows the sequence and timings of requests made to fetch resources like images, scripts, and style sheets. It also has performance scores by category. So tools, it breaks down your performance into two categories like browser timings, connection duration, backend duration, total blocking time, things like that. And it highlights areas where your site is performing well and highlights areas where it could be improved. The tool also offers specific recommendations and suggestions for optimizing website performance if you go into the summary tab. And what it does, it gives you issues that are currently on your website, and it also marks a priority on them if it's high priority, low priority, or medium. GT Metrics also allows you to compare the performance of multiple pages or websites side by side. In the compare section here, you can compare it with another URL. And it also offers monitoring features to regularly track your website performance over time. And as mentioned before, you can choose to test your website performance on both mobile and desktop devices, and this is really crucial considering Google's emphasis on mobile first indexing and user experience as well. So when it comes to using GT Metrics insights, focus on improving the page speed and why slow scores by addressing the recommendations provided. You want to pay attention to the waterfall chart in this tab here to clearly identify elements causing delays in loading. You want to implement the suggestions for optimizing images, scripts, and style sheets, and you want to use browser caching and leverage a CDN if you don't already to improve load times. And always regularly test your website performance and monitor improvements over time. GT Metrics is a really valuable tool for website owners, developers, and anyone interested in enhancing the website's performance and user experience. It's also free, so it makes it even more valuable. And by analyzing the insights provided by GT Metrics, you can make informed decisions to optimize your website for faster loading times and better overall experience. So next up we have Google Page Speed Insights, and this is a web performance analysis tool provided by Google themselves, and they evaluate the speed and performance of web pages. It offers viable insights and recommendations to help improve website owners and developers' websites and help them optimize their sites for faster loading times and improved user experience. So it works very similar to Google Page GT Metrics. So you want to go onto the website and then just enter the URL that you want to test, and you just want to click on Analyze, wait for the analysis to run, and then it will then provide you with a score for both desktop and mobile. So some key features of Page Speed Insights is the performance scoring. So Page Speed Insights assigns a score to your web page based on its performance, and the scoring is given on a scale on 0 to 100, and you've got the performance scale as well. And then it also has scoring for best practices, how you're following SEO, and accessibility. And it's divided into two categories, one for mobile devices and one for desktop devices as well. PageSpeed Insights provides both field data and lab data. So field data is based on real-world user experience collected from the Chrome User Experience Report, while lab data is generated in a controlled environment, and this combination gives you insights into how real user experiences on your website. PageSpeed Insights will then identify specific opportunities listed here to improve your page performance, and these opportunities are categorized again and include suggestions like optimizing images, eliminating render blocking resources, leveraging browser caching, and things like that. The tool also provides core web vitals metrics like LCP, FID, and CLS, and these metrics help you understand how users experience your page loading times as well. So when it comes to using the page insights results, you want to pay attention to both the mobile and the desktop results as well, and just make sure that you remember that they are two separate things. A higher score indicates a better performance, and you have the performance score here. Review the opportunities section to identify specific areas for improvement, and follow the suggestions to optimize images, reduce render blocking resources, and improve response time. You want to address any diagnostic issues highlighted by PageSpeed Insights, and these issues can have a significant impact on your loading speed and user experience. And take note of the core web vitals metrics. You want to aim to improve LCP, FID, and CLS values as they directly contribute to a better user experience. As mentioned before, just like GT Metrics, with Page Speed's insights, you want to regularly test and monitor the performance of your pages to continuously make improvements to ensure a consistent and optimized web experience. And again, the really good thing about PageSpeed Insight is that not only do you get a score for performance, but you also get a score for best web practices, accessibility, and SEO. And each of these categories, they'll also give you opportunities for improvement as well. So definitely a good thing to check out while you are testing the performance as well. Google PageSpeed Insights is a valuable tool for optimizing your website's performance according to Google's best practices, and it's also free. So by addressing the recommendations and insights provided by PageSpeed Insights, you can create faster loading pages that deliver an enhanced user experience and contribute to better search engine rankings. So the next thing that you want to consider is mobile friendliness, and mobile friendliness is another crucial factor for SEO for several reasons. So Google has adopted mobile-first indexing approach, meaning that it prioritizes the mobile version of a website when crawling and indexing pages. So this kind of emphasizes the importance of having a mobile-friendly website to ensure proper indexing and ranking as well. Mobile search now accounts for a significant portion of all internet searches, including surpassing desktop in lots of regions. So a mobile-friendly website ensures that your content is optimized for the majority of your users. It helps improve your user experience, reduces bounce rates, and increases engagement. And Google has confirmed that mobile friendliness is a direct ranking factor. So you need to make sure you put as much importance onto it as you would any other part of the website. Mobile users are more likely to abandon a website that's not optimized for their device. So a mobile friendly website reduces bounce rates. And overall, it leads to higher conversions as well, as they're more likely to complete your desired action. So mobile friendliness is essential for SEO success in today's mobile-first world. So by optimizing your website for mobile devices, you can improve your rankings in mobile search results, enhancing their user experience, and ultimately achieve your SEO goals as well. So let's talk a little bit more about mobile friendliness and how it affects SEO. Browser Stack is another tool that you can use, and it essentially is a web and mobile testing platform that provides developers with the ability to test their websites and mobile applications across thousands of different browsers, different operating systems, different mobile devices as well. So it's a much more accurate way of testing your web application, web project across different browsers and things like that. Unlike the Inspect Element tool, Browser Stack isn't free. You can get started for free. They do have a free trial, and they do have a demo as well. Other than that, then you will need to go for one of their payment plans to start using their software. But it is a really good software to use if you want to really thoroughly test your application on different browsers and different platforms as well. You can also test from anywhere and at any time on the cloud, and it allows your team to kind of connect tools that they already use to kind of capture bugs, file any issues, and notify the right team members right away without leaving any of their dashboards. So you can go for as little as $29 a month, but there is an enterprise and team plan as well that you will need to get in contact. But it is a really accurate way, and a lot of developers would use this to make sure that their website is responsive, and also make sure that then it's following the web standards put out by W3C to make sure that your website is responsive on different platforms and different websites as well. So another really important web standard to think about is performance. So performance means getting your website to load as quickly as possible, but also making them intuitive and easy to use so that users don't get frustrated and go somewhere else for their website. When it comes to your website, testing your performance as much as possible is important, as websites are changing constantly. If you are making changes on your website, adding new plugins, adding new content, the performance can be affected. Whether that's resulting in a good performance speed or a lower performance speed is something that you need to continuously be testing for. In terms of performance testing tools, there's loads of free ones out there. One of the best ones out there is GT Metrics. So GT Metrics is a website performance analytics tool, And it's basically what it does is it will analyze your website and your web page and monitor it for speed, and will also essentially provide you a report of a list of actionable recommendations that you can do to improve the speed of your site. So all you need to do is go onto demystify.com, enter the URL that you want to analyze, and then it'll start analyzing your site. So you can see now that the report's been analysed, and you're basically given a grade, and you're given a performance percentage as well. And at the bottom you can see a list of issues that GT Metrics will put in order of importance. So what's causing the most issues, and then what's causing sort of a low amount of issues as well. And you would essentially use this as almost like a task list, and you'd go through and see which issues are causing the most issues and try and fix those as well. GT Metrics is really thorough in that it will give you exact in-depth examples of what's actually causing the issue. So for example, this one here, avoid enormous network payloads, and what that means is basically asking you to reduce your page size. So there are some features on your website some elements on your website that is contributing to a large page size. And what it does is it tells you exactly what those elements are. Some of them are videos, some of them are image files, things like that. A lot of the times it is image files. So there are different plugins that you can use to make sure that your website is optimized for page speeds and things like that. One of the plugins out there is a plugin called Smush, which is an image optimizer plugin. And the way it works is it's a free plugin that you can install into your WordPress website. And what it'll do is it will bulk optimize all the images on your site and compress them in a way that it won't lose quality, but it will reduce the file size. And that way it'll help reduce what they call network payloads, and essentially give you a smaller file, but won't reduce the quality. So it's a plugin that you can use on your WordPress website. But the best way to ensure that the image that you're using isn't going to be too big or is optimized is to optimize it first before you upload it, and then upload it onto your site. So using websites like Tiny PNG, this is a free online image compressor, and essentially uses smart lossy compression to reduce your file size, but it won't sort of decrease the quality. So you can upload all your images onto here first, and then upload it onto your website, and this will ensure that you're already uploading already optimized images, as opposed to uploading them first, causing a high load time, and then optimizing after. It's better just to make sure that they're optimized first and then uploading onto your website. As mentioned before, it's really important that you are continuously testing your website performance. When you first run a test, you'll be given a list of improvements and recommendations, and what you should do is go through each of these one by one and try and fix as many of the issues as possible, whether that's compressing images, adding CDNs, using caching plugins. All of this will mean that you will have essentially a faster website. But then once you're done with that, run the report again, see if those issues are actually fixed. And then every so often, maybe once a month, run the report again as plugins update. As you add changes to your site, there will be new issues, there will always be new fixes, and there will always be load times to decrease as well. So it's really important when you audit a site, or when you think about performance, you want to make sure it's something that you're continuously working on. If you like, we have videos explaining exactly how to use GT Metrics and other performance testing tools as well, and also how to audit your network or your website appropriately. Lastly, the other web standard that you want to be thinking about is security. So security refers to constructing your website in a secure way so that malicious users can't steal information contained on it from you or your users. When you are building a website, depending on what kind of website you're building, you might be handling sensitive information like passwords, credit card, debit card information, even email signups. All of those can be considered sensitive information, and as a website owner and as someone that can be collecting those information, you have a responsibility to ensure that they are being collected in a secure way and are being stored in a secure way and aren't being shared like pointlessly. So there's lots of steps that you can take to make sure that your website is secure. If you're running a WordPress website, several things that you can do involves even installing a WordPress security plugin. A WordPress security plugin protects your website from malware, brute force attacks, hacking attempts, and things like that. Security plugins are designed to prevent attacks and provide complete security reports for your WordPress website. And one of the popular security plugins for WordPress is Security. So Security is the industry leader in WordPress security. It's one of the best WordPress security plugins on the market, and they offer a basic free plugin that can help you harden your WordPress security and scan your website for common threats. But the real value is actually in their paid plans, which come with one of the best WordPress firewalls protections out there. A firewall will help you block brute force attacks and malicious attacks from accessing your WordPress dashboard. Security firewall filters, the way it works is that it filters out bad traffic even before it reaches your server. So they also serve static content from their own CDN servers. Apart from security, their DNS level firewall with CDN gives you tremendous performance boost and speeds up your website as well. And most of that is included in one of their paid plans, but you can get a lot for their free plans as well. And most importantly, they also offer to clean up your WordPress site even if it gets attacked by malware at no additional cost. You can even take a website already affected by malware and they will clean it up for you. Security is a really popular WordPress security plugin, and it's one that's used on quite a lot of websites as well. Another really popular one is iTheme Security. So iTheme Security is a WordPress security plugin, and it offers a really nice, clean sort of user interface with lots of options. It comes with file integrity checks, security hardening, limiting login attempts, strong password enforcement, 404 detections, and brute force protection as well. The only difference between that and security is that it does not include a website firewall. It also doesn't include its own malware scanner, and it uses security's site check malware scanner as well. WP Scan is a really unique WordPress security plugin because it uses its own manually curated WordPress vulnerability database, and it's updated daily by dedicated WordPress security specialists and community members as well. They will scan your site for over 21,000 vulnerabilities in WordPress plugins, themes, and core software as well. You can schedule automated daily scans and get email notifications of the results. They have a free security API suitable for most websites, but you can also upgrade to the paid plan if you have a larger site and use a lot of plugins. As well as the security plugins, you also want to make sure that the hosting provider that you choose is also reliable and secure enough as well, because a lot of attacks that can come from a weak hosting provider and server as well. For WordPress especially, one of the best hosting providers, especially for security, is WP Engine. WP Engine is VIP WordPress hosting. They offer hassle-free hosting. They also offer fast and robust servers that can handle anything. And your website being stored here is practically hacker-proof. They have really good customer service, and they basically, because they are a WordPress hosting provider, it's you essentially have a team of WordPress experts on your side for assistance. One of their main strengths though is that they have very advanced security tools to make sure that your website is protected as much as possible. WP Engine offer a number of premium security features. The WordPress core is automatically updated to the latest version for you all the time. And WP Engine also thoroughly tests any major core updates before upgrading their customers. They have proprietary intrusion detection and prevention system to block any DDoS attacks, brute force attacks, malware, JavaScript injections, and things like that. They also partner with third-party security firms to conduct regular code interviews and security audits as well. Your security is guaranteed, so if you get hacked, WP Engine will fix it for free. So how does it impact SEO? Mobile responsiveness is important for SEO because search engines like Google prioritize mobile-friendly websites in their search engine results. This means that websites that are not mobile responsive may not rank as high in search engines, which can impact their visibility and traffic. Google has placed an increasing emphasis on mobile responsiveness in recent years with the introduction of mobile-first indexing. And this means that Google now primarily use the mobile version of a website for indexing and ranking rather than the desktop version. Mobile-first indexing is a major shift in how Google indexes and ranks website. So in the past, Google primarily used the desktop version of a website for indexing and ranking, even if a significant portion of its users access the site from mobile devices. However, with the increasing use of mobile devices for internet browsing, it now prioritizes the mobile website first for indexing and ranking. This means that if a website has separate desktop and mobile versions, the mobile version will be used by Google for indexing and ranking purposes. If a website doesn't have a mobile version, Google will site crawl and index its desktop version, but it may not rank as highly as mobile search results. Mobile first indexing isn't really a penalty, it's not a ranking factor, but it's rather a change in the way Google process and evaluates your websites. Websites that have a mobile responsive design, which means that they can adjust their layout and content to suit different screen sizes, will have a better chance of ranking well in mobile search results. So to ensure that your website is ready for mobile first indexing, it's essential to have a responsive design and ensure that the mobile version of your site has the same content as the desktop version. You should also ensure that the mobile site has a fast loading time, easy to use navigation, and a good user experience overall. Mobile first indexing is a shift in how Google indexes and ranks websites that prioritize mobile versions of websites over desktop versions. So you want to make sure that you have your website as a mobile responsive one to provide a good user experience on mobile devices, as it's crucial for improving your search engine rankings and overall visibility. Having a mobile responsive website not only improves your chances of ranking higher, but it also improves your user engagement and conversion rates. A mobile responsive website provides a better user experience for visitors on mobile devices, which can lead to increased engagement, longer visits, and a likelihood of conversion. So you need to make sure that your website is responsive for search engines and users as well. Mobile responsiveness impacts users on a website in several ways. One of the ways is improved readability. So a mobile responsive website ensures that the text is readable on smaller screens with appropriately sized fonts and spacing. This makes it easier for users to read and understand the content, which improves their experience on the website. It also impacts the navigation. So a mobile responsive website provides a user-friendly navigation system that is optimized for mobile devices. This includes easy-to-use menus, buttons, and links that are spaced out and easy to tap on a touchscreen. A good navigation system makes it easier for users to find what they're looking for and navigate through the site, improving their overall user experience. Next up is faster load times. So mobile responsive websites often involves optimizing images and other media for smaller screens, and this can result in faster load times. This is crucial because mobile users are often on the go and expect a website to load quickly, and a website that loads quickly improves the user experience and reduces bounce rates as well. And it also allows for consistency across devices. So a mobile responsive website ensures that the user experience is consistent across different devices, whether it's a smartphone, tablet, or a desktop computer. This makes it easier for users to access and interact with the website no matter what device they are using. Overall, a mobile responsive website provides a better user experience, which can lead to increased engagement, longer visits, and a high likelihood of conversion. When users have a positive experience on a website, they are more likely to return and recommend the site to others, which can help increase traffic and improve the website's overall performance. So there are lots of tools out there that can help make your site mobile friendly. One of the tools is Responsive Design Checker. So this is a free online tool that allows you to test your website responsiveness on different screen sizes. All you need to do is enter the website URL here and select from a range of popular devices to see how your site looks and functions on each design. So you just type in the name and you just click on go. It's very simple and easy to use and doesn't require any kind of coding skills or technical knowledge. With Responsive Design Checker, you can see how your website looks on different devices and different screen sizes, like smartphones, tablets, laptops, desktop computers, different Amazon devices, Samsung devices, as well as different resolutions and different screen sizes as well. It also provides an option to view your website in just different modes, like landscape modes and portrait mode. And this can help you identify issues relating to layout, space, and alignment, and this can affect the user experience on different devices as well. In addition to testing your website responsiveness, Responsive Design Checker also provides suggestions for improvements and best practices for mobile-friendly design. For example, it may suggest optimizing images, reducing file sizes, using larger buttons, whatever it may be. Overall, Responsive Design Checker is a useful tool for anyone who wants to test and improve the mobile responsiveness of their website, but it's important to note that the tool is not suitable for real-world testing on actual devices. It's always a good idea to test your website on a range of devices and screen sizes to ensure the best possible user experience for all your visitors. Another tool that can help you test the mobile responsiveness of your website is BrowserStack. So it's a cloud-based platform that allows you to test your website on real mobile devices and browsers, including iOS and Android devices, as well as popular desktop browsers. With BrowserStack, you can test your website responsiveness and functionality on different screen sizes, resolutions, and different orientations as well. It also provides debugging tools that can help you identify and fix related issues to mobile responsiveness. It's used by many web developers and designers to ensure that their websites are mobile friendly and work seamlessly across different devices and browsers. It's a really powerful tool that can help you improve the overall quality and your user experience of your website. However, BrowserStack is a paid tool and its pricing plans can be quite expensive, especially for small businesses or individuals. There are free and more affordable alternatives out there, like the one I mentioned earlier, but if you have a larger budget and want more advanced testing features, BrowserStack might be a better choice for you. So here are some tips on making a website mobile responsive. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that you use a responsive design framework. So responsive design frameworks such as Bootstrap or Foundation can make it easier to create a responsive website. And these frameworks provide a pre-built components and styles that can be customized for different screen sizes, making it easier to create a consistent and responsive design. You also want to make sure that you're using flexible layouts. So use flexible layouts that adapt to different screen sizes. That means using relative links like percentages or EMS for your layout rather than fixed pixel widths. This allows your website to scale up or down depending on the device's screen size. You also want to make sure that you optimize your images, as larger images can slow down your website and negatively impact the user experience on mobile devices. Optimize images by compressing them and reducing their file size without sacrificing quality. You can also use responsive images that adjust their size based on the user's screen size as well. Media queries allow you to specify different CSS styles for different screen sizes, and this allows you to adjust the layout and design of your website based on the user's screen size. Use media queries to change font sizes, spacing, and layout for smaller screens. And you want to keep it simple, so a cluttered or complex layout can make it harder for users to navigate your website on a small screen. Keep your design simple and focused with clear and concise content that is easy to read and navigate. And finally, test your website. Keep testing your website at every stage on different devices and screen sizes to ensure that it looks and functions correctly. Use tools like Google's Mobile Friendly Test, BrowserStack, Responsive Platform to test your website on different devices and identify issues that need to be addressed.
And that's a wrap for our video today on how to optimize your website for SEO. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, leave them in the section below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.